Hey guys, this is Sanjay from FTC Team 7477 Super 7. Today I'm going to be talking about the Java random class, which essentially helps us generate random numbers for games, simulations, testing, and other purposes. First, let's talk about what the random class is. So, in Java, we use the random class from java.util to create random numbers. So, importing it would essentially look like this. Import java.util.random random generator, right? So we first import the class, then we create a random object to generate our random values. Sorry, we don't need that. It's random for capital, sorry. So let's create a random object using this example shown below. So public class, our class name must match our file name. So our file name is main.java, so our class name must be main. So public class main, and now we have our main method, which is public static void main string args. And the way we create a random object is essentially random. Just call it rand equals new random. That's how you create a random object. So now we can generate our random numbers. So let's get some random integers. We would use a code shown below. Sorry. So int random number equals rand dot next int. It essentially works like a scanner kind of. So now we can print out number is for our random number, and we can just print out random number. Sorry. So if I run this code, we have this number, and if I run it again, we get a completely different number each time, showing how the random class works. Sorry. So essentially, calling rand.nextInt gives us a random integer, which can be positive or negative, as you can see here. But what if you want to restrict the integers that you generate to a set range? Well, you just do this. Rand.nextInt, and in the parameters, in the part where you place your arguments, do 10. So your bound is 10, which means that you generate numbers between 0 and 9, not including 10. Essentially, numbers less than 10. So we can run this. Number is 7, number is 5, number is 6. So all of the things shown below are less than not 10, as you've seen. So if we use rand.nextInt in parentheses 10, the number will always be between 0 and 9. But what if this wasn't restricted to just integers? What if we could use decimals? What if we could randomly generate decimals? Well, that's exactly what you can do. So in random number, the only thing we can change here is in next int to in next double, because the data type of so we should just change this to double since we aren't generating an integer. So rand.next double essentially gives you a random number between 0.0 and 1.0. So let's say we run this, not between 0 and 9, sorry. And we get this random decimal. Run it again, random, random, and random. But what's more, you can actually generate random booleans. So what you do, replace the data type, which is boolean, and then instead of rand.next double, you just have rand.next boolean. So it essentially generates random true or falses. So now it's true, now it's false. Now it's true, now it's true again, now it's true again, now it's false. So now let's talk about setting seeds using the random generator. Essentially, if you ever watch sports, seeds are like kind of like where you place among other teams. You can use the random module to actually generate pairings for these seeds. So you would create a new random object. So we have a random object, and we would just do system.out using IntelliJ's built-in shortcut sout. We would do rand1.next. Sorry, not so rand.next int 100. So by setting a seed, we get the same random numbers every time. So let's go ahead and run it. Yeah. So by running a seed, we essentially get the same random numbers every time. This is really useful. This is really useful for debugging and testing. So in summary, the random class generates random numbers, decimals, and booleans. We can control the range of numbers, and seeding makes random values predictable for testing. Random numbers are everywhere, in game, security, and simulation. Thank you guys for watching this Super Saiyan programming tutorial, and see you next time.